Caitlin Clark's return, lads. Caitlin Clark's return. On ABC, nationally televised game.
Guys, Caitlin Clark is officially back, okay, for the Indiana Fever. Guys, the Indiana Fever just gave the freaking New York Liberty their first L. Their first L of the season. I was wondering, I'm like, who is it?
Caitlin Clark lit up the court with 32 points, handing the previously undefeated New York Liberty their first loss of the season. The Indiana Fever came ready to play, and Clark led the charge with confidence and fire. It wasn't just a strong performance, it was a statement. From start to finish, she was in full control, putting on a show that was as entertaining as it was powerful. This wasn't just another win. It was a breakthrough moment. And Caitlin Clark made sure everyone was watching.
Back again. Caitlin's back. Tell Caitlin Clark Kent back in action. Where do I even start? 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 7 threes, 11 for 20 in only 31 minutes of basketball. The Indiana Fever say, come on, New York. Come on. Somebody's got to give you this first L, and I guess it's going to be us.
Caitlin Clark didn't just show up. She took over. She was sinking shots from way beyond the arc like it was no big deal. Some of them nearly 30 feet out, and all of them with pinpoint accuracy. It wasn't luck. It wasn't desperation. These were calculated, confident shots that stunned everyone watching. Honestly, it looked less like a basketball game and more like target practice. Clark made it clear, she's not just playing, she's changing the game.
That's how you feel, Caitlin, after missing 4 games from a quad injury? That's how you feel when you come back? What the hell did we just watch? Caitlin Clark in her absolute Birkin, able to get her team a victory over the undefeated New York Liberty. Let's talk about it. So as I discussed before, Caitlin Clark, this is her first game back in 4 or 5 games after dealing with the quad injury. And she did not disappoint. Came out with 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, almost a triple-double. But 7 3-pointers, y'all, and she was hitting them from 40 feet, like she was literally shooting from anywhere.
32 points. Let that number sink in. This wasn't just a basketball game, it was the Caitlin Clark show, and every shot felt like a highlight. She tied her career high in 3-pointers and made it look effortless. One moment she's at half court, the next she's draining another deep shot like she's just warming up. As for the Liberty? The previously unbeaten team looked more like spectators than opponents, caught in the middle of a performance they couldn't stop.
And most elite performances we have ever seen from Caitlin Clark. Now, I gotta remind everybody about this. Caitlin Clark is coming off an injury, bro. What we seen today was greatness. This was similar to the Michael Jordan flu game. I mean, it's up there type deal, bro. Caitlin Clark just handed the New York Liberty the ass whooping of a lifetime. And what's crazy about all of this is that the referees couldn't even save them. See, last time the referees was able to save New York and they walked away with.
Meanwhile, in the same arena, Angel Reese was doing what she does best, owning the paint. She grabbed 10 rebounds like she was stocking up for the season, added 4 points, and brought plenty of her signature confidence to the court. Between the rebounds and the attitude, she made sure people noticed her. Ask Angel, and she'll tell you, she's still the headliner, still the one to watch.
Alright guys, Caitlin Clark is back in the WNBA today, and I could not be happier. And to start off the game with the New York Liberty, she is putting on a show. First clip we're going to watch here is Sabrina Ionescu missing a 3 because she wants to be Caitlin and she just isn't. And look at this dime of a pass. Oh my gosh, can you just be a quarterback already? But then it gets better. Caitlin goes on a 9-0 run by herself within the span of 50 seconds.
Everyone's talking about the face of the league, but there's a bit of a split screen. Caitlin Clark just lit up the floor with a performance that felt like the grand finale on the 4th of July. Meanwhile, Angel Reese was making her presence known in her own way, grabbing rebounds with intensity and flair, striking poses, and keeping the spotlight on her. The stats, though, told a different story. Reese finished with 10 rebounds but just 4 points, struggling to convert around the rim. Her shooting night? Rough. A lot of attempts, not many makes. But to her credit, she kept battling on the boards and made sure her effort stood out. Reese continues to position herself as a major draw for the league, insisting it's not all about Clark, and in a way, she's right. People are tuning in. But while Caitlyn's out there dropping deep threes and shifting the game, Angel's bringing the attitude, the energy, and yes, the drama. So the question becomes, are fans watching for the basketball or the buzz?
288, we finally hit triple digits thanks to CC22. Caitlin Clark, folks, 3 threes in 38 seconds in the first half. Caitlin Clark hit 3 logo bombs, by the way. 3 logo bombs in 38 seconds. This was the Caitlin Clark we all said, oh, she's different. she's sent from outer space. The Caitlin Clark that we saw today was the Caitlin Clark that we were accustomed to seeing. Oh, it feels...
There's a big difference between being talked about and being truly watched. Caitlin Clark is watched closely. Every game, every shot, every time she crosses half court, all eyes are on her. You can feel the tension rise as defenders brace for what's coming next. It's electric. Angel Reese? She's talked about, mainly for her on-court attitude, her celebrations, and her rivalry with Clark, which lately feels a bit one-sided. The truth is, you can't grab a few rebounds, strike a pose, and call it superstardom. The game still has to back it up. Stats matter. Wins matter. The clock keeps ticking, no matter how bold the personality. Caitlyn didn't just play well, she dominated. She wasn't out there chasing numbers, she was rewriting the storyline of her rookie year. After a rocky start, she's clearly turned a corner. Her passing is sharper, her court awareness is stronger, and her shots? They're flat out incredible. We're talking deep threes, NBA level range, that leave the crowd stunned and the defense scrambling. Every time Clark let the ball fly, the arena held its breath. Commentators couldn't believe what they were seeing. And when you generate that kind of energy, that kind of buzz, that's not hype. That's star power.
Look at that. Caitlin Clark putting another game together that proves that she is the reason why people are watching the WNBA. And definitely not because of Angel Reese. In her very first game back from injury, she puts up 32, 8, and 9. Okay? Super close to a triple-double on over 50% shooting from the field and 50% shooting from the three-point line. And not only did she have a great performance, but she also led her team to a 14-point victory, so not even a close game, against a team that was previously undefeated and arguably the best team in the WNBA on her first game back.
Coming off an injury, Caitlin Clark didn't just return. She made a statement. She put up 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, shooting over 50% from the field and from three-point range. It wasn't just a strong showing, it was dominant. She led her team to a 14-point win over the previously undefeated New York Liberty, widely considered one of the best teams in the league. And she made it look easy. Meanwhile, Angel Reese struggled to get a shot to fall. The crowd barely looked up from their phones. That's not superstardom, it's background noise. When it comes to swagger, Caitlyn has that calm, quiet confidence. She'll sink a deep three, jog back on defense like it's business as usual, and keep her focus sharp. Reese, on the other hand, brings bold energy and tons of bravado, but the stats don't back it up. You can't flex your way out of a low-scoring game. And missed shots followed by celebrations don't fool anyone. Caitlyn's confidence is built on performance, on big plays, record-breaking numbers, and clutch moments. Reese's confidence seems built more on branding and media presence. And that's where the difference lies. Clark isn't just playing well, she's changing the game. She's setting rookie records, drawing massive viewership, and putting women's basketball in the spotlight like never before. She's not just talked about, she's watched, game after game. Her passing is sharp, her movement precise, and her impact undeniable. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is still fighting under the rim, hustling hard, but missing shots and fading in the box score. She's winning attention in the headlines, but not always where it counts, the scoreboard.
Is under fire from the Chicago Sky general manager. The general manager names Angel Reese by name and says, we need more out of you. Now I'm scrolling through Twitter, doing my thing. You guys know how I do. Got the air breezing through my hair in those Twitter streets. I do. And I take a look and I see something that catches my attention. The Chicago Sky make a request to Angel Reese amid losing streak. Interesting. What is this request? Sure,
people keep calling this a rivalry. But let's be real, this isn't Ali versus Frazier. Right now, Caitlin Clark's biggest competition is herself. She keeps setting new standards, then casually surpassing them. She's not just raising the bar, she's turning it into a launch pad. And while she continues to rise, Angel Reese is still stuck on the ground level, piling up rebounds and watching from below. The constant narrative that it's not just Caitlin is starting to feel like the jealous cousin at a birthday party, insisting their gift matters, while everyone else is glued to Caitlin's highlight reel. It's not that Angel doesn't matter, it's that her claim to the crown feels early. You can't call yourself royalty when the scoreboard keeps telling a different story. Caitlin didn't ask to be the face of the WNBA, she earned it. Shot by shot. Game by game. Even when Indiana was losing, fans tuned in to watch her pull off things no rookie should be able to do. And now that she's winning? She's doing it in style, like casually dropping 32 points against the league's top team in her first game back from a 4-game absence. Angel Reese might generate headlines. But Caitlin Clark? She's generating history. And yes, other players bring attention to the league, but let's be honest, Caitlin is the reason so many people are sticking around.
On ball at a very, very high efficiency rate today, 7 for 14 from long distance, shooting 50%. I'm not gonna lie, shooting the 3-pointer 14 times is wild in one game. But listen, when you hitting it like that, why not? Lexi Hall, another decent game from her, 14 points, shooting 50% from the field. And then we have Aaliyah Boston with 10 points, 11 boards, and 6 assists. Another almost triple-double for her. Great bounce-back game for Indiana because they have severely been struggling without Caitlin. Child, I know they're happy she's back on that floor because they look like a completely different team when she's in.
After a short break, Caitlin Clark didn't ease her way back in. She stormed the court like she never left. She lit up the undefeated New York Liberty with ease, showing no signs of rust. If anything, the time off only sharpened her game. Her long-range shooting looked better than ever, her timing was precise, and her control of the floor was masterful. While Clark was putting on a clinic, Angel Reese was still doing her usual, grabbing rebounds, missing putbacks, and struggling to get her shots to fall. She's hustling, sure, but the gap in impact is becoming impossible to ignore. Caitlin's playing on another level. Honestly, it feels like she's playing in another league. Reese is battling in the paint for scraps while Clark is hitting deep threes with confidence and command, like she has all the time in the world. The idea of a rivalry between them? It's just not real. It's a marketing story that falls apart the moment you actually watch them play side by side. Caitlin isn't competing with Angel, she's not even focused on her. She's too busy taking over games, breaking down defenses, and reshaping the WNBA one jaw-dropping shot at a time. Her court vision, her leadership, and her scoring ability are setting a new standard. Angel Reese might talk like she's in the same conversation, but the scoreboard, and the game film, say otherwise.
People who've been unjustly maligned in history, I feel like it's 1-2 for me. I'm not sure who's first and who's second, but it's pretty clearly Angel Reese and Jesus Christ. How does Angel Reese handle it? If you don't want the criticism, maybe consider what the behavior is. Because is this kind of criticism directed at everybody? Or is this a very special, specific kind of criticism that Angel Reese gets because of specifically the way she comports herself? And if her crown is heavy, maybe BET should stop giving her crowns. For the 3rd straight year, named BET Sportswoman of the Year. I haven't even known who Angel Reese was for 3 years. How the f*** does she have 3 of these?
And let's be honest, if this were a real rivalry, it would at least be close. But right now, it feels more like a roast. Caitlin Clark is running the show, while Angel Reese looks like the confused guest wondering why the spotlight keeps burning her. It's not that Angel isn't good, she's tough, she hustles, and she works hard. But Caitlin? She's something else. Not just skilled, but a game changer who takes over like a boss. There's almost a funny contrast here. Reese puts up a solid double-double and does interviews talking about her impact. Meanwhile, Caitlin scores 32 points like it's just another day and jogs off the court like she's late for lunch. The gap in performance is huge, and it starts with mindset. Caitlin's playing chess with a sniper scope, Reese is still figuring out checkers. When Caitlin is on the court, the whole Indiana Fever team steps up. They play faster, smarter, tougher. She doesn't just score, she changes the entire game around her, making space and drawing defenders like she invented the math behind it. Without her, the Fever struggle, like they're waiting for their leader to arrive. Reese might grab 20 rebounds, but she can still fade out of the flow like a bad Wi-Fi signal, loud, flashy, but not truly connected to the action. The truth? Caitlin Clark is light years ahead. She makes Angel Reese look like a rookie trying to act like a superstar. Outclassed, outpaced, and outperformed across every important measure.
Against the Connecticut Sun, but this is Caitlin Clark. How could I be so foolish? Caitlin Clark probably said, I want to come back to the most eyeballs possible. You guys are about to see what I'm going to do. I want to come back to the most eyeballs possible. Clear 2 million or more. Yeah, 2 million or more. I want to come back and show you guys what I am made of. She is the only player in the league so far averaging 20 points per game, 5 rebounds per game or more, 5 assists or more per game. Caitlin Clark is back.